Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and welcome to the both of you. When the history books are written about the Trump administration, I believe perhaps the most long-lasting and significant legacy will be the men and women appointed and confirmed to the federal bench. And I will say today is a special day because we have two nominees for the Fifth Circuit, both of whom have been dear friends of mine for 2 decades, and both of whom I not only believe will be confirmed, but I believe both of you will be not just principled jurists on the Court of Appeals who will be faithful to the law and follow the Constitution, but I believe in very short order, both of you will be jurisprudential stars nationally, that other Court of Appeals judges, other district court judges will look to the opinions you write as an example of how to do the job as a federal appellate judge. Both of you are brilliant. Both of you have remarkable academic backgrounds, remarkable professional backgrounds. Justice Willett, it should be noted, Justice Willett, on his birth certificate, his legal name is Donnie Ray Willett. And how can you not love a guy who is and always will be Donnie Ray? You and I got to know each other back in 2000 on the Bush presidential campaign. We went together to serve in the Bush administration. And then both of us started together in February of 2003, working for then Attorney General Greg Abbott. And we worked side by side for many years. You've now spent over a decade on the Texas Supreme Court. It is amazing to think how time has flown. And you have built a national reputation as a principled, careful jurist faithful to the law. You also have a unique designation in that the Texas State Legislature has formally named you the Twitter laureate of the state of Texas. And you have managed to be humorous and incisive on Twitter without crossing any of the lines, a perilous endeavor for a judge. But with a love of life and a personality that is irrepressible. I will note, when you had been appointed to the Texas Supreme Court and you were first running to hold that seat, your son Jacob was maybe 2 years old at the time. And Donnie Ray campaigned all across the state of Texas with his son, who then and now has the terrible, unfortunate condition of looking exactly like his father. You carry it off better, Jacob. But at 2, everyone who saw it, it was right about the time of the Austin Powers movie, was convinced your son was mini-me because the comparison was so striking and so strong. Well, that's one of the prerogatives. I will say also that the greatest decision you ever made and ever will make has nothing to do with any opinion or any court case. It is marrying your wonderful wife, Tiffany, who truly has a heart of gold, who is a woman of wisdom, a woman of love, a woman who is a dear friend to Heidi and me, and indeed whose advice on issues of life ranging from child rearing to just how to live the daily life, we treasure and value. And you're amazingly, amazingly lucky, my friend. And you have a beautiful, wonderful family and 3 incredible children. Jim, your story is a story of America. Coming from Taiwan at age 1, coming here, building an incredible academic record. When I was stepping down as Solicitor General in Texas, working for then Attorney General Greg Abbott, General Abbott said, all right, Ted, you can leave on one condition: find a replacement who's even better than you. I said, all right, boss, thanks. And I went and recruited my longtime friend, Jim Ho, to take the job. You came in and did an excellent job as the chief appellate lawyer for the state of Texas, and then returned to private practice, where you have rightly earned a reputation as one of the finest appellate lawyers in the entire country. And indeed, I can commend you on having earned the position of the second best appellate lawyer in your household. And I know you emphatically would agree with that, because like Donnie Ray, by far the best decision you ever made was marrying your rock star of a wife. Both of you are Supreme Court clerks for Justice Thomas and Justice O'Connor, respectively. Both of you are nationally renowned appellate lawyers, and indeed, when you took over for me as SG, Allison promptly joined me at Morgan Lewis, and together we ran the Supreme Court and appellate practice together. And when I left to go to the Senate, she has taken over that practice and has built it into one of the very best appellate practices in the country. Indeed, I believe it is the case that she has argued more business cases in front of the Supreme Court than any lawyer in the state of Texas. And the two of you are an amazing 1-2 punch. And you are also incredible parents to your precious twins. I will say, for years, everyone who was friends with Jim always knew it was Christmas time. Because Christmas time, you would get the same Christmas card every year that simply said, ho, ho, ho. And I'm pretty sure he bought like 5,000 of them at one time. Jim's a pretty frugal guy and just kept them in the closet, and every Christmas sent the same card for years. I think you may have finally stopped the ho-ho-hos. I don't know if they're still coming or not. But I will tell this committee, not only are these men of deep intellect and deep principle, but these are also two men of the finest character I've ever known. They are honorable, they are honest. Jim, as an immigrant to this country, I will say you love this country with a passion that burns bright, that is unmistakable. Don, I will say, being the son of a single mom who waited tables for 55 years, you exemplify the American dream, and you bring that humility, that sense of service to everything you do. I congratulate both of you on your nominations, and I believe both of you will make extraordinary appellate judges.